internet friends, it's been a hot minute. Been more than a hot minute. It's been, I think, over a month now since I posted a video, and for that, I deeply apologize. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm not feeling myself, but I'm trying to learn how to deal with my depression, and honestly this month, been working on a really difficult script, been going through a difficult place with my mental health, and I want to be honest with you guys about that. It's not been easy to deal with that and to be motivated to make videos, and that's not even mentioning working 40-hour weeks with intensive training involved. It just left me mentally, physically exhausted, almost to the point where I couldn't take care of myself even. So I've switched up my situation a bit, and I think I'm on the road to happiness. I went and visited my friend Rob, and I got to meet Elena in person too, and Bob. Got to see Boston, I got to see Massachusetts. I needed a vacation, like, whoa, I needed a vacation. But I promised you this Q&A about 3,000 subscribers ago. So again, apologies for the delay. I should be back on track to have weekly uploads, possibly even 5 videos a month. And if you're watching, thanks for sticking around, because like a fellow someone said, taking a month off from YouTube is pretty much career suicide, but here I am. We'll see if we can bring it back to life, if you know what I mean. So, I've got my questions on my phony phone here. We gonna answer the questions, if I can. And this is the first video I'm using to record with the audio equipment Rob got me for the contest prize, which I will also be showing you at the end of the video, a sort of walkthrough of the room that I film in, including all of my equipment and the prize contest package thing. Yay! Let's do this thing, brain! Napoleon 4508 asks, would you rather face a xenomorph alien invasion on Earth or a zombie apocalypse? I'm gonna pick the zombies because I feel like they could be slow zombies. We don't know, but the xenomorphs, I don't really want to fuck with that shit. No, thank you. The best part of this week is getting a new episode of Shadowcast at the Rob Dyke and Cayleigh Elise. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. I don't think that was meant to be in this folder, but I must have screenshotted it anyways. Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. We appreciate all of your support. Next question is from @PokeyAnn_ on Twitter. Who do you watch all the time on YouTube? I watch Jenna Marbles a lot. I watch Eat Your Kimchi all the time. I've seen all of their videos like 5 times. I watch Rob's stuff, obviously. I watch The Gabby Show. Olin Rogers is a talent like none other when it comes to filmmaking. I love his stuff. I listen to a lot of the horror narration community like Bebusta and Lazy Masquerade. I also watch Fitness Blender all the time because I love their workouts. They work out with you. It's the entire workout. It's so good for you and your body. Oh. Next question is from @PanPancake. Hello, pansexual pancake. Question is, if you were a serial killer, which cereal, like the breakfast cereal, would you kill? Very clever. I like it. I would kill anything that tries to be healthy, and that's bad because I like being healthy. If I were to pick a cereal at the grocery store, I would pick the healthy ones because I don't keep junk food in my house because I will eat it all. I will eat it all. So anything without sugar added to it, just, you don't need that bran. Get over it. Shadow_creeper on Twitter asks, would you ever explore an abandoned tuberculosis hospital? How specific of you, and yes I would. @DolphanJK13. What is your favorite creepypasta? As far as the written creepypastas go, I don't really have one. As far as the lore goes for everything, I would say Slenderman. And that sounds cliche. I don't care. It creeped me the fuck out when I first, like, fell into the realm of marble hornets and the Slenderman and all that stuff surrounding that, so I would have to say the Slenderman, yeah. From Tatiana7112, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is Rob Dyke's and Elena's, Elena, if you don't know, is Rob Dyke's other writer, we're friends. How bad is your guys' cussing between each other? FYI, I do believe you when you say it's really bad. Basically, whatever you can imagine, it's that bad. So that's what I'm gonna leave it at. From D_Rams210TX or Dimitri Ramirez, how have things changed for you since collaborating with the Rob Dyke? Well, obviously, most of you are here because of Rob, so obviously that's changed. I won the contest. My subs spiked. We got to collaborate together on his videos on birth defects, which I was not expecting at all. Mainly though, I feel like I gained a friend. At C. Riebly, or Grim Center, if you could have any superpower, what would it be and why? The superpower to not be a lazy slob and look like a bag lady every day, because this is just for filming. Yeah, you should have seen me earlier. At Deccan Rose, or Old Wolf, what was the first horror film you watched and the first horror book? Don't remember the first horror film I ever watched. Probably something TV show wise, it was probably Goosebumps or Are You Afraid of the Dark, those kinds of series. First horror movie I remember watching and being terrified of was The Ring and The Grudge around the same timeline. That kind of happened, and then I didn't sleep for like a year. And first horror book, probably something in the Goosebumps series, probably the Night of the Living Dummy, I want to say. From the one V Decepticon, or at V Decepticon, if you could remake one show or movie from your childhood into a horror reboot, which would you choose and why? I don't ever think about redoing something because it always feels weird, like I shouldn't be doing it, like I shouldn't be messing with the original, you know? I would probably like revamp Goosebumps or some shit like that, or Are You Afraid of the Dark, something along those lines. At Lonely Saturn, or Miss Josie Aurora, hello Josie, who inspires you in general? I've always wanted to write a book, be an author, so lots of authors, J.K. Rowling, Stephen King. Joe Hill is probably my favorite author right now. If you don't know him, he's a phenomenal horror author. Laurie Hall Sanderson is also a great writer. YouTubers, Jenna Marbles, Rob, obviously. Just people who are genuine and wonderful, people who support other people's dreams without question, like my parents and my friends and family. The people I try to surround myself with, whether it be through media or in real life. At Aaron_SCH, or Aaron Shap, how do you like being a part of an epic podcast? Hashtag Shadowcast. That's a good question. If you don't know, I co-host a podcast with Rob Dyke, who created the podcast. It's called Shadowcast. We do one strange or weird topic every week, and we talk about it, and it's lots of fun, lots of creepy fun, and sometimes we just have a conversation about life, and that's fun too. It feels awesome. I just basically get to sit down and talk about the stuff I like talking about with one of my best friends, so that's always fun. Robbie Michael 79 asks, how are you? Getting a little personal here, Robbie. I'm gonna go to the next one. Also, Robbie Michael 79, what is your favorite color? You really want to get to know me? You really want to know me? It's probably purple or navy blue. I know I'm boring. Robbie Michael 79, are you hungry? That infuriates me. You had to ask. I haven't eaten in like 6 hours. At Wang Mona, what kind of horror research do you love doing the most? Serial killers, cannibals, morbid animals, mythology, urban legends, etc. I would say anything that's kind of unexplained or unsolved, unresolved. Anything like that involves a lot of theorizing and a lot of different, like, well, this could have happened, or this could have happened, and that's always super interesting to me. I love that kind of stuff. Do you prefer reading concrete scientific proof behind why creepy stuff happens, or the history behind a horror event or murderer? I would say both. Honestly, I like both of those things equally. Aqua Chic, or Estefany Le Medrano, asks favorite TV shows, which is a can of worms you don't want to open. I love TV. Breaking Bad's my number one. Game of Thrones is quickly behind that, and I'm sorry if that sounds very basic to you or whatever. I don't care. I like what I like. I like Law and Order SVU. I could watch that shit all day. Ancient Aliens, anything ghosty like with reenactments of like hauntings, like Paranormal Witness. I watch A Haunting. My Haunted House is really good too. American Horror Story is good sometimes. I like it in general. Used to watch a ton of Pretty Little Liars and Vampire Diaries. Kind of not so much anymore, but occasionally I still get the urge to go watch Damon be Damon and just swoon, so there's that. Zenai Castro asks, do you have a particular interest in Japanese or Asian horror stories? How did it start? Funny you should ask. I do. I used to have a YouTube channel where I reviewed Asian horror movies exclusively. I had a collection of over 400 Asian horror movies. I still love Asian horror. I think it's fucking creepy. For some reason it creeps me out almost more than any other horror genre. But how did it start? I would say just the interest in Asian and Japanese and Korean culture started when I was younger with Sailor Moon and like Pokemon, things like that, and then it transferred to manga and anime, and then I also studied Asian studies in college, so that helped as well. Ricky9LAS, where outside the USA have you traveled to, and where would you like to go? Anywhere. Anywhere. get me out of here. I like the US. I have not been outside of it, so I'm uncultured swine. I'm sorry. I would love to go almost anywhere. Specifically, though, Japan, Korea, anywhere in Europe would be fantastical. Thank you. At Declan O'Reilly or O'Leary, sorry, I'm just butchering this. Your favorite book and why? I have two. Both sort of horror novels. One is Nosferatu by Joe Hill, who is Stephen King's son. It's a fantastic book. Go read it. It's creepy and mystical and wonderful. And my other one is House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielewski, I believe is his name. It's an experience and just a crazy ride reading that book. And it's kind of freaky in like the real life sort of way. At Spencer Petroli 1, play any instruments. I used to screw around on piano. I took guitar lessons for a while, voice lessons for a while. I played flute in middle school. Does that count? I was the guitarist for my jazz band in 8th grade for middle school, and I sucked. At Tom_Galactic, would you ever consider visiting the UK? We have lots of haunted places and spooky legends. Yes. Yes, I would. At Erica Hill 84, hey Erica! What inspired you to start a YouTube channel? If I'm being honest, probably Lonely Girl 15, if anyone remembers that. I made a YouTube channel that no one will ever find. Don't take that as a challenge. Please don't look for it. It's very embarrassing. But I tried to do something like that, like Lonely Girl 15, and then I got really into Asian horror and wanted to do movie reviews, so I actually made a channel for that, which I will link somewhere around here. God rest my soul. It's super embarrassing. And then recently, it's always been something that I've really wanted to do and really felt like I should be doing because I like doing it so much. And my grandmother died this past summer, and I know that came out of nowhere, but I promise it's relevant. She died, and it just hit me that you don't get forever to like act on your dreams and your passions and your ambitions. You have to just go for it. And her death was very rapid and very unexpected. She was a healthy lady, and in 5 weeks, she went from healthy to on her deathbed, and I realized you don't get to choose when you go, and you don't get how long it takes you to go. So that really kind of pushed me forward to do it. I'd been procrastinating all summer, and I finally just said, you know what? Do it. For her. If nothing else, for her. And now I do it for her and a bunch of other reasons. And for myself. At Christopher, what do you like to do in your spare time? Well, if you're a YouTuber, you know you don't get a lot of spare time. But when I get a chance, I like to play video games, Bloodborne, mainly. Read, watch movies, watch TV, basically just veg out. At T2DS_Theorian, what's the funniest thing that happened to you while you were in Boston? When I went to Boston to visit Rob and Elena. Probably when Rob tried to get out of an Uber and do a backflip. Failed miserably. If you know what I'm talking about, you're awesome. But in all seriousness, it was probably the story that we told on Shadowcast number 6, I'll link it down below, about the man messing around with the drunk guy on the bench with the magazine. He was like touching his face with it. It was hilarious. I died inside. What is your all-time favorite horror story or movie? Movie is Noroi, The Curse. It's a Japanese horror film. It's not easy to find. Sorry if you wanted to watch it. My brain's on fritz. At Epic Life Guy, what advice would you give someone trying to start a YouTube channel of their own? What terrifies you? Just do it. And that sounds very Shia LaBeouf-y of me, but LaBeouf. Research, figure out what it is, what kind of content you want to make, something you're passionate about and that you love. But don't do it because someone else is doing it. Do it because you think you might enjoy it and it's a path you want to take. What terrifies me? This is weird. I've never had any traumatic experience involving this, but basically, if anyone touches their hand to my neck or like pretend chokes me, I flip shit. I freak the fuck out. Don't touch me. At Epic Life Guy again, you're getting those questions on Epic Life Guy. I appreciate that. I respect that. What is your mailing address? Fan mail. I don't have one at the moment. I will let you guys know the second I do, though. Get that set up in the future. At Mr. Jason Quinn asks if you ever wrote a horror story, what might it be about? Funny question, because I went to school for creative writing, and basically the only thing I write is horror stories, so I've got quite a few back in the backlog somewhere in my dusty house. I like to write traditional type of setups with a twist. Thinking about doing something with horror short stories in the future, because I love to write and I miss doing it. Marge, the artist on YouTube, asks, is there a name for the fans of your channel? Hope your new job continues to go well. Thank you, I appreciate the well wishes. As of right now, I don't think so. Sometimes I call you guys my delightful frightfuls on Twitter, but that's just because I think it sounds funny. I think I've called you Darklings once or twice, but I mean, if you have a suggestion, feel free to comment below or tweet it at me at Cayleigh Elise. Yeah, I have no idea. Vivian Von Ewald asks on YouTube, out of curiosity, what is your Myers-Briggs personality type? My Myers-Briggs personality type, if you don't know what that is, like, it's a personality test and it gives you 4 letters that describe your personality type. I am INFJ, introvert, intuitive, feeling, and judging, and apparently I am the 1%, so call me a freak! Metal Grinch on YouTube asks, this is a really good one to end on, I have a really, really important and intricate question for the Q&A. It may take a while, and that's okay if you have to think about it. If you're not able to answer for whatever reason, I understand, as this can be extremely complex for many, oftentimes inciting extreme emotion and side effects and other conditions. Such skeletons are oftentimes kept in the closet, and I know I don't know you, but just be aware that if it's too much, I do apologize in advance. I really don't mean to harm you in any way whatsoever. Anyway, all that being said, here's the question. What is your favorite food? My favorite food is ice cream. And I don't eat it often, but it's still my favorite. I'm sorry. And that is the end of my questions. I can't believe I got through all of them. This video is probably super long. I am going to transport you to past me, who did a little tour of the room that I'm currently filming in. See all my equipment, all the prize stuff that I won from Mob's contest. And yeah, there you go. Hello there. It's me. I'm gonna show you the place that I film in and all my equipment and stuff, and also all of the prize contest winnings of Rob's So You Want to Be a YouTuber contest. Here we go. Dun, 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 into the room, bright lights, holy fucking shit. This is my wall where I film Monsters Among Us and Into the Unknown, my series on urban legends and cryptozoological creature things. On this wall we got some weird things. We got this guy and this old ass camera and this scary motherfucker and Ralph. Ralph's an asshole. Here's Bones. Bones, say hey. This is basically the set for that though, and as you can see as I pan around here, the room is covered in sound foam. That's to help make the audio not sound shit, because I don't know technical terms. What I do know is it makes it sound less shit. These are bass traps which help capture the sound and make it sound less like you're in a tin can. These lights are equipment that I've had since I started YouTube, because if you're gonna do YouTube, people, you need good lights. Here we go, closet. Open the closet. There are things inside the closet. Inside the closet, you will find a lot of extra camera equipment, extra lights, light bulbs, props, anything up there. More lights over there, frames that are eventually going to go on that wall. More sound foam I have to put up. This is the bag that I got from the contest prize. It is a beautiful Canon camera bag. Oh. Inside it, it fits pretty much anything I'll need. There's so many like extra pockets and extra little places to go, little places to hide. Mary Poppins would be very, very jealous of this bag. This is the little fuzzy thing that goes over the microphone that I have yet to put on the microphone. And yeah, just a beautiful bag with lots of places to put all of your camera equipment. Also, any batteries for equipment that I needed that Rob got me for the contest, he sent me those as well as a bunch of extra SD cards, a card reader that reads all types of friggin' cards of any kind, chargers, things like that. General stuff that you need with the equipment. Here's what happens when I film, because I'm short as hell. I stand right here like this. Tripod is also a prize from the contest. I used to have a tripod that only had one prong, and it was always like tilting, and I put like a Reese's cup like right in there to get it completely perfectly even. Now I don't have to do that anymore. Thank you, Rob, because that was frustrating as hell. Over here is also another prize from the competition. He got me this lovely little monitor so that I can see what's going on in the shot from my end. This little contraption you see on top of the tripod is something that I invested in myself. Please excuse the dirtiness of this iPad. It's been forever since I used it, and I had to drag it out of the depths of my closet, and it's just got fingerprints all over it. This is something I've wanted since I started doing more scripted videos, and it is actually a tripod teleprompter adapter. Basically, it fits on any standard tripod. It is a teleprompter for your iPad or your iPhone. You put scripts on a teleprompter app. It reflects them up to this beam splitter glass so that when I'm standing back here, I can read the words as they come up like a teleprompter. But if you can see the Canon camera lens, what the camera sees, it does not pick up on anything on the glass. So that is awesome. I can stare directly at the lens and read my script and not have to memorize it anymore, because that was getting so time consuming that I didn't want to film anymore. It was bad. This thing you see here, this was from the contest. It is a Rode microphone. I got a mic stand with an extension to kind of place it over the shot so that it still gets my voice and the sound, but it's also not in the shot itself. Down here, the recorder was also a prize from the contest. The biggest thing, obviously, was the camera, and she's kind of attached to this right now, so sorry. Including the lens, it's wonderful. It's gonna do awesome things. I could not ask, honestly, for a better camera. So thank you again, Rob, for being just awesome and hosting this contest. I really can't even thank you enough. That's gonna be so awesome. I haven't used any of the filming equipment yet because honestly, I want to make sure I know how to use it correctly before I ever implement it in a video. I don't want to shoot an entire video, have it be shit because I don't know how to use the camera, and then have to refilm it on this camera, which you can tell what this camera looks like. Now, last and not least, what the fuck is this, and why is this wall gray and there's no soundproofing on it? Basically, this is a wall that I'm gonna have a set on for Dark Matters, and behind these walls, my other two more serious series that I do. And this curtain thing is something that I came up with because every time I would stand here and film, there would just be a blank gray wall that I couldn't put sound foam on, so it would reflect terribly. I built this laundry hanging rod from Walmart. I just got this tallest one they had. I put a sound dampening curtain over it, clipped it together with clips, and there you go, sound dampening little curtain thingy. That is the tour of the room that I filming. Just wanted to show you guys that in case you were curious about what goes on behind the scenes. Back to my future self. So that's all done. Thank you guys so much for 25,000 subscribers. We're currently at 28 because again, I'm really late with this. My battery's dying on my camera, so I gotta go. But thank you for watching the video so much. So I'll see you guys in the next video coming this Friday, so prepare your butts for that. Bye.